Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today on Women Have Needs Too. Right now, I need to maintain a resilient mindset. We are with us today. We have Regeline Gigi Sabbat, motivational speaker, #1 best-selling author, first-generation Haitian American, CEO of Life Service Center of America, LLC, life coach, and host of the Walk With Me podcast on JRQTV, JMI, JMT, and WWCA. Gigi, thank you for being with us today. We're going to have some fun with you, aren't we?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It's an honor to be here today.
How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Well, what are we going to talk about? Maintaining a resilient mindset. I love that. How do we
Yes,
do it?
ma'am. Great question. I love your questions. So essentially, it's something that you really have to maintain because I tell people all the time that you have to shift your mindset from a negative mindset to a positive mindset, but then you need to be able to maintain a resilient mindset. So how did I learn how to maintain a resilient mindset? I had to overcome many tribulations in my life, such as sexual assault and domestic violence. And I
How do
learned
you
how
get
to
over
maintain.
that? How do you get over that and become such a positive and inspirational and empowered and empowering human being that you are? Because you have come from that, and you show up everywhere with a smile on your face every time I see you. And it can't be, I mean, how long did it take you to get over that domestic violence?
Yes, ma'am. Again, great question. Essentially, after everything happened, I'll backtrack a little bit. Let's backtrack a little bit, and
Yeah,
I'll,
let's
I'll
do
tell you a
that.
little bit more about. Yes, ma'am. So my parents came to this country from Haiti around 35 years, and my parents instilled in my brothers and I the importance of obtaining an education. So I did. I attended the University of Central Florida in Orlando, obtained my BA in political science, pre-law, and sociology, and then I interned for the senator during my undergrad studies, and then I pursued a degree in law. Now, while in law school, I became the SBA president, which means I oversaw all the organizations in the law school. But here's the thing, little did I know I was being abused at home. So I got the shock of my life one day when I almost lost my life. Now, I'll never forget, I had just got done studying, and then I was on a phone call with a colleague from SBA. And I'll never forget, the abuser charged at me while I was on the couch, beat me, almost strangled me to death, threw my phone across the room. And I'll never forget when I tried to get back up, flat vegetable. And at the time, I didn't understand why I fell flat like a vegetable. But the domestic violence advocates told me it's because I lost oxygen to the brain. And I said, oh my goodness, God has truly helped me to awaken and to step into my purpose. But here's the thing, it took time to recover. It took time to recover after that occurred. So I say great question because that's actually the first time I've actually been asked about the recovery process. And it really, really was not easy. It's something that you really, really have to shift your mindset to overcome such a traumatic experience. And so really, really, I had to take time to get quiet, to self-reflect, and to really walk with God and to really, really build up my relationship with God. It grew. I got baptized again as an adult after that occurred. I reread the Bible as an adult. And so, really, God has helped me tremendously to overcome the domestic violence that occurred in my life. And what does Joshua 1:9 state? Haven't I commanded you be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid or discouraged, for your Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So always remember, God is with you wherever you go.
I
And that's
can,
why I smile.
go ahead.
And I was just going to say, that's why I smile, because I know God is with me wherever I go.
And what I was going to say is this has not been planned. Okay, you and I have not discussed anything about God, but it's so strange that the last two shows I did and the next two shows I am doing, plus this one, it's amazing how the guests are bringing God as their focus. And I had no idea this was going to happen like this. And in some way, I feel like God is speaking to me, putting these things in line the way He has, because I had no idea. that the shows were going to pan out that way. I did know about the next two, but this one and the last two, I had no idea. That's 5 shows back to back that are not the next one, but the next two after that. It's just crazy how it's happening. And, I think he wants me to have a closer relationship with him.
Amen. And that's what he's about, right? And the unexpected, you never know. And what does the Bible say? We can make all our plans, but God knows the plans that he has for us. So if you're listening to this today, it's okay if there was a detour on your journey toward your goals. It's okay. 9 times out of 10, it happened for a reason. Don't give up. I actually wrote a poem in my book titled Never Give Up, because I want individuals to know that no matter what trials or tribulations you have in your life, to never give up.
And so what, because it's so true, especially when, everybody's been through so much in the last year. And I remember when I had the phone call with my boss and I found out that that was my last day on the job. Here you've got a job with, a paycheck coming in every week, insurance, a reason to get up in the morning, right? And then all of a sudden, I didn't even get 1 day of vacation pay. It was like, see you later, bye. We might call you back in a couple months. Let's see how this pans out. But, it didn't work out that way, okay? And I started the company immediately, and it's not easy starting a business or trying to go out and find a new job. And you have to tell you, resilience is the key. Not giving up is the key, because we have to think about what the alternative is. If you're not going to give up, what is going to happen when you do give up? You're not moving forward.
That's right. That's right. Yes, ma'am. And I actually can share the poem with you that I have in my book, Walk With Me.
Yes, share it.
Yes, ma'am. So the poem title, Never Give Up. Walls surround me. That's all I see. All I want is to be free. I scream at the top of my lungs, God, please help me. The back of my mind wants to give up. Then my heart reminds me that I'm one of a kind. I feel close with nowhere to go. Then I remember the beauty of life is to grow. It doesn't matter if you grow slow. Growing is the purpose of life in everyone. It doesn't matter how old you are, the color of your skin, your religion, your political views, the amount of money you make, the car you drive, how many friends you have, how many followers you have on social media, your job title, how tall or how short you are, your gender, your sexuality, your age, your fashion style, your body structure, the type of music you listen to, your family's culture, or anything else that our society's education system has altered our minds to focus on. Always remember you are in control of your mind's reticular activating system. Therefore, growth is in everyone. Never give up. The light may seem dim right now, but all you need to do is wake up the reticular activating system in your mind, and you too will realize you are one of a kind. Never give up.
I love it. And I started writing down, I love your words, your mind's reticular activating system, and then you repeated it. What does that mean to you, reticular activating system?
Yes, so there's a part in your mind where you have that reticular activating system, the ability to really focus in on making a decision. So you have a 3 second to 5 second window to really shift your mindset. And that's what that reticular activating system helps you do. So really, you are the decision maker. You need to decide, am I going to be in a negative mindset or am I going to be in a positive mindset? And again, you need to be able to shift your mindset and shift it quickly. But once you shift, I talk about maintaining that mindset. So that's where we talk about the resilient mindset, but it's a process that I teach my clients so that they can understand how to maintain it. You see, after everything that I went through, I learned this: you can take all the precautions you want in your life. I took all the precautions to avoid what happened to me as an adult because I was sexually assaulted when I was 8. So mind you, It affected my social relationships. It affected my trust in others after what happened when I was 8. So I took all the precautions. But here's what happened: domestic violence as an adult and sexual assault as an adult. I took all the precautions, Linda, that you could possibly think of. And this is what I tell people. Had I not shifted my mindset, maintained a positive mindset and a resilient mindset, I would not be the woman you see before you today.
I mean, you've been through a lot, and I just can't even imagine. I came from, I mean, really, you would think that I would be Cinderella. I mean, except I never had the princess. I was not raised to be a princess. What I mean by the storybook childhood is that I had a perfect childhood. I had a mother and father who loved me dearly, a brother and sister who, our parents taught us to love each other and to take care of each other. I'm not going to say I didn't get bullied a little bit by my brother, because sometimes he still likes to bully me. But you know what? It helps me stand up to bullies. But he does it in a loving way. But I would not know what to do in a situation like that. I would probably beat the crap out of somebody if they did that to me, because number one, like you, it would be unsuspected because you've done everything to go through those precautions. And I would be so stunned, I would probably pick up a chair. And I don't even know what the right way to react is, because I've never had to deal with anything like that before. I can't even imagine having to live through that as an 8-year-old and then again as an adult. I mean, at that point, did you start questioning your own realm of existence?
Great question. So you asked some great questions and I love it. So let's talk about that. When it happened again as an adult, the sexual assault, I'll never forget when I spoke with the officer. He said, "Oh my goodness, you're not acting like someone who was sexually assaulted." But he didn't know I was sexually assaulted when I was 8 years old. Now, when he saw the video from the venue, he said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And then I told him, going back on what you said in the room, that I wasn't acting like someone who was sexually assaulted. And I explained to him that I was sexually assaulted when I was 8. He said, "I cannot believe that." Like, and it really was a learning process for him. So that's what I teach folks now, is that you really have to understand where people have come from to know who they are today. Because not
True.
everybody is the same. Not everyone's going to react the same towards things that occur in their lives.
Yep.
And 9 times out of 10, there's always something deeper than what meets the eye. But if you ask the right questions, like you just did, you can really unravel those things, and it can come forward.
Well,
And
did you
so,
start
great question.
questioning because you took the precautions, did you start questioning your judgment because you did take the precautions and it ended up happening to you again? I mean, what went through your mind after it happened and you had to recover from it again as an adult?
Yes, ma'am. So, and the fact that it happened right after the domestic violence, I said, "Oh my goodness," because here's the thing. You're going to take me back here, because it's really a great question. After the domestic violence happened, I said, I really have to take the time to recover now. And I work with the domestic violence advocates. So at the time the sexual assault happened, I said, you know what? I'm not traveling. I'm not going anywhere. But the company that I was working with, they said, we are having the annual retreat. So I was traveling with the company that I work with on an annual retreat when this happened, the sexual assault. So essentially, I said, okay, I'm going to travel with the company. And I made that decision. And the sexual assault happened. I was taken from a group of individuals that I was with. Mind you, it was someone who worked for the company, but from a different state. And the sexual assault happened. So this is what I teach people: that you can take all the precautions you want, but don't blame yourself for what happens to you. Because again, I didn't foresee that this was going to happen. After the domestic violence matter happened, I said, I'm not going to live in a box. I can travel. And I made that decision. But did I know I was going to be sexually when I traveled? No. But it happened. I was taken from a group of individuals. But here's the thing: I could have easily blamed myself, but I said, I'm not going to do that. Because if I blame myself for making that decision to travel, to live, what is that going to be in the future? And I understand that God's purpose for my life is to serve his people and to educate his people. So how be for me to hold the skills and knowledge that I have to myself? No, I made the decision to serve his people because I understand what he commanded me to do, which is to serve his people.
I love that. I mean, are you working, do you work with victims of domestic violence? You mentioned something about your coaching. Do you coach people in business and personal, domestic? What is it that you're doing specifically?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm a life coach and I'm a motivational keynote speaker as well. So my company, Life Service Center of America, has two different aspects. We have our motivational programs and courses that are taught by me. And then we have the business service navigator that allows our members to locate the services they need in a reasonable time rather than having to go through thousands of web pages. So now, when we launch here in February, you're going to be able to locate that service. Why? Because I have met with business owners from all over the world in regards to the services they provide, and you're going to receive service of quality. So I highly recommend you tune in. We're going to actually have a live ribbon cutting ceremony for our business service navigator. And you asked a great question in regards to the individuals that I serve, in regards to what I advocate for. And so I am an advocate now for domestic violence, sexual assault, and breast cancer. I'm a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault, but I care about the cause in regards to breast cancer, which is why I hosted the global virtual panel of domestic violence survivors last year, sexual assault and breast cancer, to educate individuals. So I brought leaders from all over the world who survived these subject matters themselves so that they can teach about this subject matters, so individuals can understand that they're not alone. And so the call to action was for individuals to join our groups on Facebook. And I felt like what better place to learn about this subject matter or to express yourself emotionally than a place with leaders who have survived these subject matters themselves.
It's beautiful. I mean, what you're doing is remarkable. I'm so happy that you're here today with us. I want to talk about the Life Service Center and what you provide for that,
Yes, ma'am.
the resources.
Yes, ma'am. So we have services that any service you can possibly think of, it is part of our service. And so again, it's really similar to a referral based service, but I say it's of quality because I have met with these business owners personally in regards to the service they provide, and I can tell you it's of quality. Just wait and see till February. I don't want to give it all away.
No, you
But
don't.
yes, ma'am. And in regards to the motivational programs, they are taught by me. So we have the Infinite Goal Building program available. And I'll tell your audience now, if they go and sign up right now, you actually get a free sample of my book, Walk with Me.
And what are they signing up for? The motivational.
Programs and courses that are taught by me. But today, when they sign up, they get a free sample of my book, Walk with Me, as well.
Nice. Thank you for doing that. That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
And tell us a little bit about the motivational program. How long does it last, and what is going to be covered?
Yes, ma'am. So it's a sequence. So I have the Lifestyle 2021 course, the Infinite Goal Building course, and then the Beyond 2021 course. So I help my clients go from where they are to where they want to be. And it's all about creating a comprehensive financial plan and an action plan to help them get there. So essentially, I have strategy sessions that I do one-on-one coaching with my clients, and I really see where do they want to be, because essentially individuals don't even realize, they're not aware that they have self-limiting beliefs, or they're in the wrong job or place that they don't even want to be in. But you know what happened? Someone told them you should be this, you should be doing that, and they don't know it until these questions are asked, and they say, oh my goodness, I just realized this is why I'm not happy, because I'm not doing what I love. So when you love what you do, it's no longer work, right? Like that
That's
old
right.
saying goes.
That's right. I love that. And it's so true that, until you start asking the questions. I remember someone who decided to quit the job that she was at, and she was going to do something different, but she had no idea what she was going to do. And I said, well, if money was no object, what would you want to do with the rest of your life? And you know what she said? I don't know. Because we need to take the time and be with ourselves to do that soul searching, ask the right questions, just like you said, and you're going to lead them on that path to asking the right questions so they can actually figure out what their passion is, right? And I just said that in a conversation I had yesterday. When you are living your passion, it's not a minute of work. It's just fun. And I've
That's
had
right.
fun with you today, and I really appreciate you being here with us today. How can people get a hold of you and learn more about the motivational program? It's lifestyle.
Yes,
It's Lifestyle 2021, right?
yes, the 21 program. And also we have the Infinite Goal Building program and the Beyond 2021 course. So
Okay.
sign up today. You get a free sample of my book. That's on Life Service Center of America, LLC.com, and subscribe to my Walk With Me podcast, because I am bringing individuals from all over the world, amazing leaders such as yourself, Linda, to help individuals walk with purpose.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And we'll have to have you back on the show so we can learn more about Lifestyle 2021. That would be great. And the other one. What was the second one?
The Infinite Goal Building
Infinite Goal
program.
Building. Can we do an Infinite Goal Building session right here?
Yes, I'd love that.
That would be
It's an
so
honor.
much fun. We can actually go through the whole process. We don't have to give everything away, but after you've offered the program, maybe we can bring one individual in here and go through the process with them.
Yes, let's do it. I love that. Great idea.
Yay!
It's an
Let's
honor.
do it. All right. Well, now
Yes.
future planning.
Yes, yes,
We're
thank
goal
you.
setting. Thank you so much. Now, women have needs too. Right now, I need to maintain a resilient mindset. Go out there and conquer the world. Stay inspired and stay empowered. Thank you, Gigi Sabbat.
You're welcome.
Take
Thank
care.
you, Linda. You too.